predict at what they'll get at this year. But that's just me, though.
Okay.
I just don't have much on them, is what I'm saying.
All right. So let's move to the very last team in the leaders division, Indiana. Joseph, Indiana.
There's not much to say in Indiana. They lost most. They lost their senior quarterback, their best receiver, their best running back. They lost. They basically lost everything. Indiana's not going anywhere. They're not. They weren't anywhere to begin with.
What was that?
They're probably going to be the worst team in the conference.
Yeah, I'd put them there. They're probably the worst team in the conference.
Yeah, I would say that too. I think I gave them 4 wins. Actually,
yeah, 4 wins is actually probably good because they're not going to be good at all next season.
No, and they've got tough games too, like super tough ones, like going to Michigan State, going to Wisconsin, going to Iowa, and then they've got Virginia at home. They're playing some teams I've never heard of before, like South Carolina State. Like I didn't know there was a such thing.
Yeah, it's a FCS.
Oh yeah, I was like, yeah, I've never even heard of that. But and they've got Ball State, who were decent last year, if you remember.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're gonna do just as you said, like probably the worst team in the league.
Yeah.
All right, well we're gonna take a break. We're gonna go. When we come back, we're gonna talk NFL. We're gonna rank our top running backs and our top wide receivers. Stay tuned to The Score.
Hi, I'm Joseph from The Score, and remember that all of our broadcasts are archived at our Ustream page and our YouTube page at youtube.com/jhuerta11. Also remember to look us up at our Facebook page at facebook.com/thescore with Chase Efurd and Joseph Huerta with no spaces. And if you would like to follow us on Twitter, you can follow Chase at twitter.com/chaseeford. And if you would like to follow me, Joseph, you can follow me at twitter.com/thescore_Joseph.
Welcome back to The Score. When we left off, I told you we were going to talk about some NFL, and that's what we're going to do. On the last episode, we ranked our top 5 quarterbacks, and on this one, we've got a double dose of top 5 rankings. We've got running backs and wide receivers. Before we start, on the last episode, we talked about how NFL was going to come out with their top 100. The top 10 of the 100. And number 1 of the whole thing was Tom Brady, and as voted by the players themselves. So congratulations to Tom Brady on being ranked by your peers as the best. So Joseph, let's start with running backs. Give us your top 5.
All right, number 5, I got Chris Johnson. I don't think his longevity is very. I don't like his longevity. He doesn't look like he's going to last in the NFL very long just because of how big he is. He's a very small guy for running back. And he seems like every single play he always tries to make a big play, so he ends up getting stuffed pretty often. But number 4, I've got Michael Turner. Michael Turner is the bowling ball of the NFL, other than Peyton Hillis. But this guy is a great running back. He's a good guy to just give him the load if he needs it. If your quarterback's playing bad, just give him the ball. He'll just run through a defense. Number 3, I've got Maurice Jones-Drew, another one of those bowling ball running back. But this guy has the ability to get around players. He can make people look silly with his jukes, or he can run you over. He's got that ability. And then at number 2, I've got Ray Rice. Ray Rice just a complete all-around running back. He's shown it all. He's shown it. He's past 2 seasons in the NFL. He's just a great running back. Number 1, Adrian Peterson. Other than his ball handling issues, he is the prototypical running back in the NFL. So that's my top 5.
All right, Tanner, let's hear yours.
All right, my number 5 would have to be Mike Turner. Just, I think he's a great running back. He can plow through almost anyone. But I don't think he got enough recognition whenever he was playing for San Diego just because he's behind LT. Went into Atlanta, proved himself. I think he is the number 5 quarterback in the league right now. Number 4, I have Ray Rice, just because of what I've seen him do in the past 2 years. He's just all-around good running back. He's got it all. And number 4, I'd have to go with – number 4, sorry, I'm hearing myself. Sorry, guys. Okay, so anyways, where am I at?
3.
3, okay. Number 3, I have Chris Johnson. He's He's just really good. He's really fast. He's done a lot for the Titans. He's going to carry him. He's going to carry the Titans on their back for quite a while now, just because of what they're working with now. They really don't have a quarterback. Their coach is gone. They just don't have much. So I think he's going to carry the Titans on his back. Number 2, Maurice Jones-Drew. He's basically how long has he been in the league? 6 years?
Something like that.
Something like that. Anyways, he's basically carried that whole offense on their back. I mean, just consistently. He's never had a down season. I mean, that I know of. He's just so dynamic. So I'm gonna the size. Plus, I'll just never get over the time whenever he laid Sean Merriman out. That was kind of irrelevant.
Yeah, that's everybody's favorite moment there.
Yeah. And number 1, I'm gonna also give that to Adrian Peterson. Just if he could get over it, if he could get a Super Bowl, get over his ball handling skills, I think he'll be known as one of the greatest running backs of all time. But I mean, but right now he's the best in the league, no doubt about it.
Okay. All right, here's my top 5. I'm going to start with I have Michael Turner, number 5. Michael Turner, the only reason I have it number 5 is because I feel like the other ones have done more. But like Joseph said, he's a beast of a running back, and until a few years ago, I don't think many people even knew much about him. I mean, because
when you play behind a guy like LT, you're gonna get written off pretty quickly.
Yeah, but then he shows up and really started, and he does well in Atlanta, and I think that he's going to be one of the top running backs for years to come. At number 4, I have Maurice Jones-Drew. He's probably the best little guy in the NFL right now. He's an outstanding running back, and he's quick, and like Tanner said, he's got the ability to lay out guys like Sean Merriman. So, number 3, I have Chris Johnson, because I kind of went along with the Chris Johnson hype, because he did go for 2,000 yards. But Joseph, what you say is true, because Johnson, he feels like he feels like he's so fast. He feels like he's fast enough to cut around and do the kind of things that you don't want your running back doing.
Yeah.
Like cutting back and going behind the line of scrimmage to try to get extra yards. It doesn't make much sense to me. Number 2, I have Ray Rice, because I am drinking the Ray Rice Kool-Aid. I think Ray Rice is an outstanding running back. That's why I picked him first overall last year in our fantasy draft. He plays in a good offense at Baltimore, and he's a very good running back. And number 1, Adrian Peterson, because he's Adrian Peterson. I mean, he hurts defenders just by running into them. He just... The only problem that he has, like Tanner noted, was his ball handling skills, and that's only because he's always, his whole career, he's been plagued by fumbles. Other than that, and if he can get that under control, Tanner's right, he could be one of the greatest of all time. And other than that, I think he's the best in the league.
I did notice we all have the exact same 5 running backs in our top 5.
Yeah.
So whether or not one of them's 5 or 1, they're all in the top 5. So it's pretty obvious which 5 running backs are in the top 5. In the NFL. So,
you keep trying to say NBA.
I do keep trying to say NBA.
And again, I'd like to apologize for the confusion of my list. I was just going to have a little malfunction.
It's all right. Don't worry about it.
Turn me out. Sorry.
It's all good. It's all good. All right, wide receivers. Joseph, wide receivers. Let's start at number 5.
All right, number 5, I got Roddy White from the Atlanta Falcons. I like what he was able to do last year. He was a big playmaker for Matt Ryan last year. Number 4, I've got Reggie Wayne. Reggie Wayne's been a solid receiver his entire career for Peyton Manning. He's just... Every time Peyton Manning's that big play, Reggie Wayne is there for him. Number 3, I've got Calvin Johnson. Calvin Johnson is a beast. This guy, you cannot stop Calvin Johnson. No matter who you are, he doesn't matter if he's 0-16, he's still going to catch for 1,500 yards or whatever he does. So,
yeah.
Number 2, Larry Fitzgerald. This guy, nobody has better hands in the league than Larry Fitzgerald. Nobody can catch the ball as well as Larry Fitzgerald. And then number 1, Andre Johnson. You can double team him, you can triple team him, you can quadruple team him. He's still going to catch the ball.
He's going to beat the heck out of that guy from the Titans.
And he beat the heck out of Cortland Finnegan. Yes, he did.
Well, he deserved it.
He did. But yeah, Andre Johnson is a beast wide receiver. He is tough. He is gritty. He could do everything. So Andre Johnson's the best wide receiver in the NFL, in my opinion.
All right, Tanner, let's hear your top 5.
Okay, my number 5 wide receiver would have to be Calvin Johnson. just because he has